Texas freshman quarterback Sam Ehlinger is going through concussion protocol after 2 days of displaying symptoms. The other scholarship quarterback, Shane Buechele, can play but is wearing an ankle brace after missing the last 3 games with a serious sprain. For an offense that mustered just 10 points against Oklahoma State and ranks 8th in the Big 12 in scoring, that should be more than enough adversity. As they say in infomercials, there's more. Starting center Zach Shackelford is also in concussion protocol, adding uncertainty to an inexperienced and ineffective offensive line. The running game, that had been a point of emphasis for Herman, an offensive coordinator Tim Beck early in the season, has averaged 2.1 yards a rush in back-to-back losses to Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Put it together, and you have a 3-4 team that has lost to 3 top 12 teams by a combined 11 points thanks to a borderline dominant defense. The Longhorns are now headed to Baylor, 0-7, 0-4 Big 12, Saturday. There's a lot of teams in the country that would have splintered at this point, Texas coach Herman said, but I think our guys really do realize that it's much better to be close than it is to be far away. Although the losses might hurt a little bit more because you are invested and you are on the doorstep and you can see the other side, that makes losing a little bit more painful, and that's okay. Herman offered the timeline on Ehlinger's injury, saying the team's medical staff noticed something following Oklahoma State. Ehlinger showed symptoms again Sunday. Herman said if Ehlinger is symptom-free this week, he could play against Baylor. Herman repeated that Ehlinger was given the okay after Oklahoma, where he took a hard hit on the sideline that led to heated social media criticism of Herman in Texas. My understanding is that he was cleared symptom-free the entire week after the Oklahoma game, Herman said. Obviously, he was cleared enough to go back in the game. At some point during the game against Oklahoma State, something happened. If Ehlinger is not cleared, that would elevate Buechele, even with his limited mobility. He has started 2 games this season, completing 68.8% of his passes for 557 yards and 3 touchdowns. Shane is as good as probably he's going to be all season, Herman said. Again, last week I saw a lot more zip on his throws because it was his right ankle. He hadn't been pushing off of it very well in weeks prior to that, but last week, I saw noticeable improvement. Herman said receiver Jerrod Hurd, recruited as a quarterback, would move back if it appears Ehlinger can't play. The possible loss of Ehlinger would take away Texas's top and arguably only running threat in conference games. Herman said his message to the offensive staff was simple: don't panic. The process, the culture, the way that we do things is not going to change around here, Herman said. Do we have to get better on offense? Yes. Again, I'm a firm believer in the definition of insanity being repeatedly performing the same acts expecting different results. We haven't done that. We have changed quite a bit and morphed and evolved offensively from the first week until now. We haven't found the right combination.